It is Saturday, 9:30 in the evening, January 10th, 2026. Happy New Year, everyone. You are watching the Rivera Report. I want to take the time to congratulate my Venezuelan compadres for now being in a free society, in a free nation. Thanks to Donaldo Trumpo. Thanks to him, Maduro has been captured. We're going to cover a lot of things on that, but that's the main thing I wanted to say. Daycare centers were found in Illinois to be fake. A female driver got shot. She was trained in it to resist ICE and to be an antagonizer. Iran is in the middle of a revolution, and the world is changing. The world is changing for the better. And we're thinking about purchasing Greenland, giving every member of that nation $100,000. If I was them, I would take it. And we're talking about the whole side of this planet, this hemisphere, changing within this year in 2026. This is going to be a year to remember. I would like to first start off by talking about the daycare center, the Leering Center, over at in Illinois, I believe, Illinois. A guy called Shirley, a 23-year-old kid, busted the case wide open to fraud to the amount of $18 billion. $18 billion. And that's not all that they uncovered. They uncovered that a lot of that money, if not half or most of it, has been sent to terrorist organizations. So our tax dollars have been funded. You were always wondering, where do they get that money? Where do they get all that money to be terrorists? Well, they got it from us through scams like this. And a lot of these daycare centers are being investigated now, along with a lot of assisted living programs, about their assisted living programs about people that are no longer living. Excuse me. We're going to cover. We're going to also cover a female getting shot for trying to run over an ICE agent. They have all angles now, and it's clear that she tried to run him over. Whether she meant to or not, he had the right to defend himself. Okay, let's start with Maduro. Maduro got captured, and he got taken out of power. A lot of people don't know that the last election that he was in, he lost it. He lost that election, but he refused to leave the palace, and he put a warrant out for the arrest of the opponent that tried to topple him, that did beat him. She won the election, but she was forced to be exiled. She exiled herself. I'm not sure. And she wasn't allowed to take the throne of the presidency. And he stayed in power. And now Maduro is across the water from me, in prison, awaiting trial. And a lot of people say, oh, Mexico's next, Colombia's next. Do you know who I think is next? The people that I think that are next is Cuba. Because Cuba gets most of their stuff from Venezuela. And they are soon to topple, probably in a month or two. And a bunch of Cubans will be celebrating. This is a message to a lot of people, but mainly people that are not Venezuelan. There's a lot of protest in the United States against this one act that President Trump did, which was flawless, if you ask me. None of us got killed. We were using sonic weapons. We were using weapons that we were dying to use them. We haven't never used them before, and we used them a couple nights ago. And I wanna take the time to speak to the people that are not Venezuelan that are against this action. Mind your business. You're not Venezuelan. You don't know what it was like to be in that country under that regime, under that terrorist communist machine. First of all, I applaud President Trump. Why? Because we don't need a communist drug dealer right next door to our country, on our hemisphere, where China, Russia, Iran are just going by and taking the oil, and the Venezuelans ain't getting nothing. They're not getting any dividends. They're not getting any perks. They get, you know what they get? They get a bucket of water every day that they have to go get at a designated location. They get no perks whatsoever. Actively, those three countries were raping that country. Now that liberty is back to Venezuela. You're gonna see a lot of Venezuelans prospering. And I say that most Venezuelans, 98% of them, are happy that monster is out of office. Because he stole the election. He didn't even steal the election. He refused to leave. And he was a dictator. And I want to congratulate all you Venezuelans out there. Viva Venezuela. Felicidades a lo que pasó este fin de semana y su libertad, su país, su patria regresó en sus manos. I'm very happy for you people. And for those people that are against this, mind your own business. You're not Venezuelan. You don't know what it feels like to live in a communist country. And for those Venezuelans that are against this act and that are protesting against Maduro being taken out, I would say you're a traitor. You're a traitor. You're a traitor. How could you want that man? Oh, it's the way they did it. So what? I don't care how they did it. They did it. They did it. And more power to Venezuela. And hopefully that government will be re-established with a righteous president that doesn't deal with communism, doesn't deal with communists, and only deals with the people on this side of the world, not on the other side of the world. And by the way, I think we should mind our business in every other part of the world. We should mind our business. We should only worry about this hemisphere, not the one on the other side of the planet. Okay? This was a great move by Donald Trump. And we're getting $2,000 a year. And if you still hate him after all that, there's no need to talk to you. You're a waste of my debate. If you comment negatively, I'm not even going to respond to you. Because you're a waste. You still hate this man after everything that he's done. Everything that he's done. Have you looked at the gas prices much? The time for talk is over. We need to support our president. And we need to show it in every storefront. We need to show, make America great again. Make Venezuela great again. There's this movement now in Ireland called MIGA. Make Ireland great again. My MIGA. Make Ireland great again. It's like a virus that's spreading. A virus of freedom. A virus of liberty that's going around. And everybody's catching it. I think him and his wife, Maduro, should be tried and should be found liable for a lot of the horrible things that they've done to his own people, their own people. It's horrible. It's horrible. And the people who are next is probably Cuba. Cuba's getting ready to topple by itself. I don't think they need the United States to invade. I think the people itself need to just revolt and take him out of power, just like Iran's doing over in Iran. This is what I'm saying. If your country's so bad, why do you have to run to this country? Why don't you start a revolution in your own country and fix it? Because we're okay. We're as many problems as we have. We're okay. Okay. Yeah, fix it. And after Cuba, probably Colombia, and then probably finally Mexico. Sheinbaum is on that list. Petro's on that list. Castro's on that list. And this is going to be a revolution. I don't know how successful it will be, but Mexico might become the 51st state of the United States, or a commonwealth. A commonwealth. We just have to get rid of the cartels. We have technology. I mean, sonic technology that makes your ears and nose bleed, that makes you vomit. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, further in the news, a female driver shot dead. She was trained in resistance to ICE, and to be an antagonizer. I've seen the video from every angle, and that woman just would not let up. And she had a kid in daycare. Don't you think your priority is your children, not the neighbor across the street you don't even know? You don't even know this person, Poetic justice would have been if she would have been killed or raped by the very person she was trying to free. That would have been poetic justice. I don't think, and her lesbian girlfriend egged her on to hit the gas, go, 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 if you see the video. So I have no sympathy for this woman. I'm sad for her children. I'm sad that she had to be brainwashed into this, but as far as sympathy goes, don't stop thinking that you have an option when it comes to the police. When it comes to the police, not too long ago, about maybe just before the Christmas season, I was preaching somewhere where I still think I have the right to preach. And the cops said, move it along, move it along. And there was Jehovah's Witnesses there. There was people selling churritos. But you know what I did? If you see the video, you'll see what I did. I cooperated with the police, even though I know they were wrong. Even though I know they were overstepping their authority, I still cooperated because my mother always told me, never argue with someone with a gun. Never argue with someone with a gun. Because something might go wrong, there might be a struggle, that gun might go off in somebody else's hands or in your hands, or when there's a gun involved, when there's police involved, respect the authority. Not necessarily you have to agree with it, but you respect it. And I am following up on that. I'm making a formal complaint, so we'll see what happens. But I believe in the First Amendment, and I believe I have the right to preach the gospel. If people are doing all this crazy stuff, I think I have the right to spread the love of Jesus. Anyway, yeah, that's what happened, man. She got shot dead. Shot dead because she wanted to be tough. Shot dead because she wanted to be fancy. She thought she knew more than the cops. When the cops were just doing their job, man. They're just doing their job, And a lot of times they don't want to do it because they know it's a nuisance. It's a nuisance job sometimes, So you even though you disagree with the authorities that are telling you to do something or not to do something, you still have to, put up some debate and say, hey, like I did. But eventually, what did I do? I was a law-abiding citizen, and I didn't want any trouble. So you know what I did? This is what I did after I left the station. I preached outside, right outside their door. And they just looked at me. They what are they going to do? That's where I think I'll volunteer to get arrested, because you can't do nothing on a public sidewalk. You can't do nothing to me. I can preach the gospel for now on the public sidewalk. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I digress. Iran. Iran is having a revolution. This is cutting dangerously close to something that us Christians call the end of days. Now, if Iran's having a revolution, I don't know. I know that God knows all the pieces are being are falling into place. But Iran is burning down mosques. Iran is burning down mosques. Iran is. It's gonna be an interesting couple of weeks. But you know what? We should worry about our own hemisphere, on our side of the world, not them. We should watch them, but right now we got our hands full on this side of the world. Cuba, Colombia, Haiti, Mexico, Central America, Guatemala, Peru, San Salvador, Panama. Those communists need to leave our hemisphere and worry about their own. What are they doing in our neighborhood? Seriously. Whether you think it's wrong or right, if somebody in your neighborhood, you see somebody in your neighborhood you've never seen before, walking around, and don't even bring up color, because color is not an issue with this. If you see somebody that doesn't belong in your neighborhood, no matter what color or race, doesn't matter. You've never seen them before, and they look suspicious. Don't you have a right to keep an eye on them? Don't you have a right to, what are you doing here? Why aren't you over in your neighborhood? Yeah, maybe they're visiting, but not, it gets ridiculous after a while, right? And then after a history of break-ins, you start asking questions. Iran is begging Trump to come over and help them. And Trump is saying, we are locked and loaded. We are ready. So, that's it. That's it. What do you think? I'd be interested to engage a conversation with you. Now, don't be nasty. Don't start cussing. Don't start insulting, because I'll just block you. I'll delete you. It's not hard, bro. It's not hard. Let me know what you think. Honestly, let's have a discussion about it. If you have information that I don't, I'd be glad to read about it. So let's see. What do you think? Are these things signs of the times? Let me know. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to Holding the Line Ministries, and/or subscribe to the Rivera Report. That's my political news channel. And remember, don't forget, no matter where you go, there you are. I'm Alex Rivera reporting. I'll see you next time.